From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Down! Blue 80!
Mike 54! Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Switch, switch, switch! '54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 54. I got wide, I got wide.
Raider 1.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. 65, 65, 65.
Carr now to throw. And this is incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Hey, 734.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It's caught, Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Express.
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Jacobs. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go, go, run, run, run.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Shift.
Purdue. Get
From the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now, Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's it.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
3 buzz.
They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now it's Darnold. He'll buy some time right. And Jennings has it. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Gary Jennings. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. They go play action here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Let's go. Let's do this.
7, Raiders 3.
Mike,
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go. Mike's 59. 59.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. That's caught by Jennings. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Yeah, that's what
On first down, it's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to it.
And Darnold, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
Right there. 54, right there, right there. 50.
Topper!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 59.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. This complete to Lockett. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. On 2nd down now, Muhammad, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
16 yards, a 1st down.
93. Hey, Haywood.
Carr now on 1st down.
Here we go.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
93.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot here before half for Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
Naimi Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 50.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Yo, lady.
Right there. 54, right there.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, watch the shot.
Here's Darnold. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. He finds his target. It's Crowder. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Darnold now to throw. It's caught. Lockett. A good pickup there. 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Here's Muhammad. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down and 4, Carr finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Hey, exit.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, D.
On 1st down, Carr. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Jones has it. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
1st down, Raiders.
Raider 1. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's coming this way. 29. Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Quinton Williams on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Let's get it.
3rd down.
Small. Right there. Your mind. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinton Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Back, back, back. Raider 9.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into the... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you...
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
56-37. Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Here we go.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr sliding out of the pocket. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's move.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coach, I'd always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Let's get off the field. Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Mike, check, 59. Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Big edge. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Carr now on 1st down. And now and now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drop.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now it's Darnold. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. And now the Raiders will face an important two-point conversion attempt here.
Check 24. Go Chief.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Makes the score Jets 27, Raiders 19.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They begin the drive with Williams. He's got a first down past the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
54. Mike 54. Here we go, here we go. Oh, lady.
Recon, 132 fighter.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On second down now, Muhammad. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines.
Let's go. Let's do this.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Eluding the pressure right. That's Stills bringing it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down. Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve.